Welcome to the Cristo Rey Network College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as our facilitator for our session today. We have a fantastic lineup of various schools from across the country. Each presenter will have approximately 6 minutes to share information about their institution. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first announcement: your camera and microphone are off, so our presenters are unable to see or hear you. You can use the Q&A feature in Zoom to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Also, this is just one of a few different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded, and you can access this recording by visiting scristo.com/CRISTO-REY. With all of that said, I want to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Oglethorpe University.
Great. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks so much for getting a chance to hear a little bit more about us, especially here at Oglethorpe. My name is Ray Farron. I'm an assistant director of admission at Oglethorpe. And as you can see, this is to show you a little bit of our campus already. So this is our motto: make a life, make a living, make a difference. You know, here at Oglethorpe, we want you to figure out what's going to be the best fit for you. And we hope that at this 4 years, this is a life-changing experience of where you go to school. So you can make a living once you graduate and then make a difference out in the world. We are a small school, so we have around 1,500 students. Our average class size is around 17 or so. And our student to faculty ratio is about 15-1. I hope I don't speak too fast. I know we're trying to get everything in a good amount of time, but we are located, Oglethorpe is located in the city of Atlanta. So there's a lot of big city opportunities that go along with it. And so we can talk a little bit about that a little bit more in the presentation. We do have what's called core classes, which are similar to general education courses, but there are only 9 courses that students have to take over 8 semesters. And it's really for career preparation. So, you know, we want to make sure that you're a critical thinker, effective communicator, debate skills, problem solving, that sort of thing. So all of those things that, you know, it doesn't really matter what career you're going into, that, you know, employers are going to be looking for these things. It also helps students in terms of you don't have to take all those courses before you get into your major classes. You can start taking them right off the bat. In terms of our majors, we are an applied liberal arts and science school. So we do have around 60 majors and minors. Our most popular majors, biology. So a lot of students going pre-med, pre-vet, pre-dental, pre-physical therapy, that kind of thing. So biology, engineering, communication, business, and theater. So just so you get an idea of our top 5. We do have one-on-one advising experience, which for us, just to get a little idea of our student body, 40% of our students are first-generation college students. So that really helps out in that environment, as well as, you know, what students are doing in terms of our experiential learning in our Atlanta laboratory, which is a lot of internships through the city of Atlanta and different things like that. In terms of campus life, just so you get an idea of our campus, in our student body, 51% of our students are people of color. So we have a lot of different student organizations, regardless of what you're looking into. And if we don't have one that you want, you can make 5 friends and create your own. We do have 8 different on-campus housing options. We do have Division III athletics as well. So if you're looking to join a team, you can contact us and we can potentially help you out in terms of continue to play athletics. In terms of us being in the city, like I said, we are close to a train stop so that you're able to take the train into the city, whether it be for the Falcons game, into the city. We are in the city, but closer to downtown in terms of all the things that have to offer down there. In terms of life after Oglethorpe, 93% of our graduates obtain a full-time position or become enrolled in grad school within a year of graduation. Obviously, that's amazing. It's higher than the national average. And then we have an example here of where students are working because they have those opportunities in the city. In terms of scholarships and different things like that, 90% of our students receive merit-based scholarships. So it's definitely a great opportunity for students to be able to get scholarships. And it's not a separate application process. It's the same process as the actual application. We do have this thing at the bottom here, the scholarship program called Flagship 50. So what it's set up for is for students who have a 3.8 weighted GPA or higher, or a 1400 SAT super score, or a 30 ACT super score. So you just have to hit one of those. If you heard me, I was saying or, not and there. So as long as you hit one of those, you're able to come to Oglethorpe for the price of your in-state tuition for the flagship institution. So you're able to go to private school education at a public school price, for that public school in-state price too. So really good opportunity. If you have questions about that, you can definitely reach out. We have other scholarships as well, but those are the main two that I wanted to hit. So in terms of what's required for us on our end, we just require application and transcripts. Everything else is optional. We are test optional. You could also complete an interview. Letters of recommendation, also optional. We would just need those two things, and we are on the Common App. So just so you get an idea of what we need. But if you have questions about if you should submit your test scores, you can always reach out to us and we can work with you from there. In terms of our decision-making timeline, we do have early action deadline. So for example, if you apply before November 1st, which is a non-binding application, that application's free. And that's a $50 application fee that's waived. And you will also be considered for a full tuition scholarships. We do have full tuition scholarships that student would come to our campus to compete for, but that would be, so you would have to apply by that deadline to also be considered for those scholarships. Otherwise, you can apply after that deadline and you'd still receive your decision within about 2 weeks or so, and you'd still be able to be considered for all of our other scholarships, including that Flagship 50 scholarship. But that's all that I have. I know we got a lot of other great colleges here, so I'm going to pass it on off.
Thank you, Ray. Our next presenter is from Barnard College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Virginia Hart. I use she, her pronouns. I'm an associate director of admission at Barnard College. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing and presenting. 1 second. All right, so at Barnard, we have done a lot of reflecting as to what makes us stand out amongst all the other colleges. And what you see on your screen here are 4 different qualities that I think are really essential to Barnard. You might find some of these qualities certainly at other schools, but you won't find every single one anywhere else in the country or even the world but Barnard College. First and foremost, we are a liberal arts college, and we, I think, are on the bigger side of smalls, what I like to say. We have about 700 to 750 students per class year, and we have about a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. 79% of our classes have 19 students or less. We really believe in the value of teaching students how to think rather than what to think. To break down what that means, in our foundations curriculum, we really want you to explore. We want you to pick up different skill sets through our modes of thinking requirement, like thinking digitally or thinking locally. But they might come from disciplines that you've never really heard of before or never had access to in high school before. So we're really about exploring, but we also have a lot of fantastic pre-professional pathways if that's what you're looking for, and ways to engage with different internships and careers that you're maybe excited about now. So while we are a liberal arts college, I think that does train students to enter into a lot of rooms with confidence, with curiosity, and with creative problem solving skills. We are also a women's college at Barnard. There aren't that many institutions left in the country that were founded with women in mind. Barnard was really founded as an act of activism, like a lot of the other women's colleges. We want to think about our resources, our curriculum, the way we think about our institution and our community as one that empowers women and allows them to graduate and take up space no matter what room they enter into. Graduates from women's colleges are more likely to get PhDs. They're more likely to major in science, technology, engineering, or math. And I think overall, they're more likely to report feelings of mentorship and confidence while they are in undergrad. 65% of our faculty identify as women. So while you're here, you're going to have faculty members who hold similar identities to you, teaching you, uplifting you, and helping you find your pathway in that particular area of study. We are partnered with Columbia University. So we were initially founded as the sister school to Columbia. When Columbia went co-ed in the 70s, we decided to remain a women's college, but then share some of our resources amongst our campuses. Columbia is right across the street from us. So you're able to walk across the street, take classes at Columbia, pick up a major over there, even if you want, that will count towards your Barnard degree, use their libraries, work with their faculty, conduct research there, do clubs, anything and everything that Columbia has to offer, Barnard students can take advantage of. I like to think about it as the expansion pack to the Barnard experience. Students at Barnard are really passionate about our community, the kinds of community that we have and students that we have at Barnard. And then at Columbia, they're kind of taking advantage of maybe more specific things that are sparking their interest. So a lot of fantastic resources to be had between Barnard and Columbia's campus. And then our last tier here is that we are located in New York City. It's a really exciting place to be for 4 years. I want to make sure you're not picturing Times Square when you picture where we're located. We are located further up from that. We are closer to Harlem and Central Park. So we actually have a campus, we have a community and a home base at Barnard. You're not scattered out amongst the city, and you are guaranteed housing all 4 years. So we want you to be able to grow into the city as you gain confidence there. We want to make sure that you are growing as an individual at Barnard and then being able to find areas that are of interest to you in the city. So students are able to take advantage of great food, certainly Broadway shows, which we have free tickets to all the time, and then get a little taste of New York while they are a student at Barnard. So just to touch on some of our deadlines, know that we cover 100% of demonstrated need at Barnard. That means that when we come up with an estimated amount that we think you and your family can contribute after you submitted the FAFSA and the CSS profile, we meet you the full way with our aid. So we do not have merit-based aid, but that's, I think, because we give very generous financial aid at Barnard. You can go online and check out My Intuition. We'll give you kind of a good calculated estimate of what your financial aid might look like at Barnard. If you're sitting here and you're thinking, wow, I love this place, this is where I want to be, I've probably done some research already. We have early decision, which is binding. That deadline is November 1st. We release decisions mid-December. And then we have regular decision, which is January 4th. Of course, still a fantastic option at Barnard. We save about half the class for regular decisions, so it's not like it's ED or nothing at Barnard. And know that, you know, similar to a lot of schools, we are remaining test optional. We admitted about half of our class last year as test optional, and that is because about half of the applicant pool applied test optional. So when we say that, we truly mean it. And then the last thing, know that there are other ways to get to know us. You can always contact us at admissions@barnard.edu. You can email current students by emailing askastudent@barnard.edu. And then we have virtual campus tours, intro to student life sessions, and we are on the Common App if you choose to apply. So thank you all.
Thank you. Our next presenter is from Georgetown University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marta, and as I'm pulling up my share screen, I just want to say a few things. So I actually just graduated from Georgetown this past spring, so I know a lot about what it's like to be a student there, as well as now, you know, an admissions officer. So that's a pretty unique perspective, I would say. All right. Here you go. All right, so Georgetown University. We were founded in 1789. We're actually the oldest Catholic and Jesuit school in the United States. Part of the reason for our founding was that our founder, Archbishop John Carroll, was Catholic, unable to get his higher ed in the US because there were only Protestant seminaries. So he went abroad to France, came back, and founded Georgetown as an institution that would accept students from all religious backgrounds. So we are located in Washington, D.C., Northwest D.C., location, of course, in Georgetown. Beautiful residential neighborhood, truly cobblestone streets, grocery stores within walking distance, a CVS, anything a college student might want. But we're also only 2.5 miles from downtown DC, so you can take a bike ride there. We've also got a free bus system that takes you down there. Obviously, the Smithsonian's are all free downtown. There are sporting events and fairs and festivals and concerts and lots of things that you can go to, take advantage of in the greater big city area while also feeling at home, in the Georgetown neighborhood. So here's a little bit about our numbers. Total undergraduate enrollment, 7,000. Each class is 1,600. When you do apply to Georgetown, you're applying to one of these 5 schools. So our College of Arts and Sciences hosts our traditional liberal arts majors. Things like history, government, economics are all very popular at Georgetown. Of course, with our location in DC, we have a lot of adjunct faculty. So, those are professors that have actual day jobs. They're coming to class to teach you about the materials, but also, you get a little bit of a glimpse into what their lives are like, what their jobs are all about, and what you would look like if you followed in their footsteps. So that's pretty awesome. Science is very robust at Georgetown. We are a research-based school. So if you're looking to do that, professors are looking for specifically undergraduate researchers, which is incredible. And then the last area in the college is our language and linguistics program. So we have over 30 different language options at Georgetown. We just added Korean as a major, some Ukrainian classes as well. So that's pretty awesome. Our School of Nursing is our smallest school, 30 students every year. They have to do over 850 clinical hours to graduate, and they're super ready to pass the registered nursing examination. School of Health takes a look at international health issues, domestic health issues, as well as human science, very popular for pre-med. My alma mater, the School of Foreign Service, is a really top tier international affairs school. We're the only school to offer a Bachelor's of Science in Foreign Service. So that's pretty awesome. Students can really create their own niche in international affairs. Last but not least, the School of Business, super pre-professional. We've got Hoya alums on the boards of most of the Fortune 500 companies. Those are located in DC or across the river in Northern Virginia. Students can major in things like accounting, finance, marketing, management, operations, and analytics. Very popular at Georgetown for sure. So a little bit about our campus community, very vibrant, small campus, 110 acres. You can get from one side to the other in 15 to 20 minutes. I can do it when I'm running late from work in 5 minutes. So very small, medium sized. You'll get to know people in all your classes. You'll never be eating alone, but also good opportunities to meet new students as well. We have 30 varsity sports teams. We are a D1 team. We're known for our basketball team. They play downtown, but we've also got club sports, intramural sports. Of course, your performing arts. You don't have to be a major or minor to participate in those. We have over 300 different clubs and organizations for you to get involved in at Georgetown. A little bit about our application calendar. So you can see that we are early action. This is non-binding. Let's say you do get in after you apply on December 15th. You don't have to tell us anything until May 1st. So you've got all that time to find out about financial aid, to find out about the other schools you may have gotten into, so that if you do choose Georgetown on May 1st, that's something you're excited to do. We do have a $75 application fee, but if that is a barrier to anyone, email us and we waive 99% of those fee waiver application requests. So don't hesitate to email us. That 75 is a barrier. And you can see regular decision deadline January 10th. You'll hear back from us by April 1st. Don't have to say anything again until May 1st. A little bit about how we do our application. So we're not on the Common App, we are on the Georgetown application, but very similar in terms of what we require. So a transcript, we do require test scores. We think that adds an important piece of the puzzle. AP test, extracurriculars, essays, recommendations, and we also are one of the only schools that offer all students a first-year interview. So it's a really good way for us to see, put a face to the name for everyone. And these are all alums. It's your personal Georgetown former student who will know a lot about the school as well. So that's a great opportunity to get in touch with us. We also do virtual programming. So come for a virtual tour, a virtual information session. Our office is open 6 days a week. Call us. It might be me answering the phone. So that's a great way to get involved at Georgetown as well. A little bit about financial aid. So need blind, I read an app. I don't see if you need aid or how much aid you might need. And we do also meet 100% of demonstrated financial need. The way that we do that is we do two avenues of funding. The first is called self-help aid, and that caps at $6,500. That's federal student loans as well as work study. The rest of that money is going to be grant money, scholarship money, money you never have to give back. We give from $1,000 to over $80,000 each year. Last year, we gave over $100 million in aid. So I really hope you do check us out, if only for Jack the Bulldog, our valiant mascot.
Thank you. Our next presenter is from Cornell College.
All right. Happy Saturday, everybody. Give me 1 second. Just trying to get the screen going here. All right, everyone. My name is Jonathan Batista. I'm the Assistant Director for Regional Recruitment here at Cornell College. Cornell College is a small private college located in Mount Vernon, Iowa. We're probably about 30 minutes north of Iowa City, if anybody's familiar with Iowa and kind of the Midwest. And we're about 3.5 hours from Chicago. Like I mentioned, small private college, only about 1,000 students, right? So if you're looking for a very personalized experience, you'll definitely find it here at Cornell. We also have over 40 majors. Yes, we have a big emphasis on the fine arts and the liberal arts, but we also have some pretty strong STEM programs, whether it's engineering, pre-med, pre-veterinarian, or pre-pharmacy, okay? Here at Cornell, us being a smaller college, we do things a little bit differently. So at Cornell, we offer what's called the one course at a time block schedule. I know maybe some of you have heard of a block schedule before, but we do a little bit different here at Cornell. So instead of you taking your traditional kind of like way of taking 5 classes all at once, here at Cornell, we actually break your classes down into 18-day blocks, right? So what do I mean by 18-day blocks? Let's say you're taking a biology 101 course, right? That class is 18 days long, Monday to Friday, 3 hours a day. And for those 18 days, all you focus on is just that one class, right? Your professor also only has your class for 18 days. So you literally get their undivided attention. And like I mentioned, we're small. So, our classes tend to be about 10 to 15 students max. So you literally take a course, 18 days, one block, 4 blocks a semester, you still do 120 hours and you graduate in 4 years. But like I mentioned, it's just a very different approach when it comes to learning, just being able to focus on one thing for 18 days. You do take a final at the end of that 3rd week, and you always get that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off, kind of to decompress, think about it again, and then handle and tackle the next block, okay? Outside of just being able to provide like an 18-day course, we understand that, the college experience goes just beyond taking classes, right? So we're really big and intentional in regards to, being able to have the opportunity to interact with your professors, your support services, academic advisors, so on and so forth. And since we do things a little bit different at Cornell with our 18-day block, we make sure we give you a crash course during the first class of your freshman year. So make sure you understand how the block schedule works and also what kind of support services, right, you have available, right? You always have a professor, like I said, for those 18 days, and you build that rapport because you spend so much time with them, but you also have an academic advisor that works you through all the blocks. Instead of you having to schedule all of your classes at once, you actually schedule your classes as you go. So again, it becomes a very, very personal experience, very personalized in what it is that you want to do. And obviously we have support services. We understand that taking a class in 18 days can be overwhelming. So we do offer accommodations, and we also offer just your regular academic support services as well, okay? So, we have a really big thing when it comes to ingenuity. And we understand that you're not here just to get a degree, you're here to grow in many different aspects. So just a quick tidbit, we do offer tons of clubs, a lot of things to be able to be involved with. We also do our Division III in all the major sports. We offer study abroad opportunities, internships, and externships. It's just the way we do it. We do it in a very intentional way, right? Here's just a brief overview of our campus. We do have a full fleshed out campus, residence halls. Every department has their own building, labs, dining halls, so on and so forth. moving on that. So just talking a little bit more about the one course at a time. Obviously, always get questions about, hey, you're taking a class 18 days. This could be a little bit overwhelming. What are the statistics? How successful are our students? And I always tell everybody, is this concept or this idea interests you? Our students that buy into taking that one class every 18 days usually do very well. As you can see here, here's some of our statistics when it comes to graduation rates, graduate school, or even employment rates. Like I said, again, we think about a little bit more than just offering just the general experience. We also make sure we try to get involved in undergraduate assistantships in regards to research, study abroad, internships, and internships. And like I said, we have support services to kind of help you reach that 4-year graduation grade, okay? Now, when it comes to the application process, if you find that Cornell is somewhere you're interested in possibly applying to, for all my seniors, the application is open. We are test optional, and it is holistic, meaning that I or any of the other counselors go through your application, we read it ourselves. We do take into consideration any type of extracurricular involvement, any type of, if you're working, if you do anything like that, that will count towards your decision. And our scholarships, we do have merit-based scholarships that are based on your GPA. And we also have talent-based scholarships that are based on extracurricular things like if you play an instrument, if you do voice, if you want to do esports, and things like that. Like I said, we take a very personal approach here. So everybody's different, everybody's application looks differently, and we generally try to contact you all just to kind of personalize that experience and kind of let you know what kind of scholarships you are eligible, along with your financial aid and other additional supports, okay? Just kind of moving from that. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. Again, my name is Jonathan. I'm the regional representative for Cornell College. If you're interested, like I said, the one course at a time block schedule is something very unique to us. And if it's something that might interest you, feel free to email me and reach out to me directly. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is from St. Norbert College.
Hello, thank you, everybody. Just give me 1 second here. Perfect. So we are a small private college located in De Pere, Wisconsin. De Pere is just right outside of Green Bay, about 4 hours from Chicago, 2 hours from Milwaukee, 4 hours from Minnesota. We're just about 5 minutes from Lambeau Field for any of those football fans out there. We have a lot of great relationships with the Green Bay Packer organization. We're about 2,000 students. We're a private liberal arts college grounded in the Norbertine tradition. The Norbertine order is the order of priests that founded the school back in the 1800s. We do still have a handful of Norbertines on campus in leadership and faculty positions and are here to walk with our students when they're having difficult times and things like that as well. We have over 80 programs of study. We're most well known for education, business, biology, pre-med, and then communication and psychology round out the top 5. I'm a graduate myself of the communication program and have worked with the school most of my career. And I absolutely love coming to campus on this beautiful riverfront campus, particularly on a fall day like today. We've done over $150 million worth of new construction in the last few years, so really great facilities. We're about 110 acres of property, but the core of campus is just about a 5 to 8 minute walk from one end to the other, so it's very easy to navigate and get around. We're a very traditional college experience. Most of our students are 18 to 21, living on campus, staying here on the weekends, living in some sort of campus-owned facility for housing. And your housing is really going to become more independent as you go throughout your 4 years. So that first year, more of a traditional residence hall on the water. Sophomore and junior housing is more suite style or apartment style living. And then by senior year, living in a house, but under the safety net of the college as your landlord. So kind of one of the, quintessential college campuses for sure. We have over 100 clubs and organizations to get involved in, multicultural and ethnic organizations, faith and service groups, academic clubs. So hopefully something for everybody. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll work with you to start something new as well. Division III for athletics, over 23 varsity sports, some club sports and intramurals as well. So definitely a very active campus. We are ranked very high for our food on campus. Everything is prepared fresh here. We have a particular focus on our students with allergies and food concerns. So we take that very seriously here and want to make sure our students are eating healthy and able to fuel their mind for the academic classroom experience. Average class is going to be about 25 to 30, so a lot of personal attention, accessibility to your lab equipment and resources, and you will have an academic advisor to work with all 4 years to ensure that you're staying on track to graduate and just to serve as a great resource for you all 4 years and beyond. One of my favorite things about my St. Norbert experience was really just the care and concern the faculty have for their students. They really want you to be successful and are going to be there to help you all along the way. We draw students from about 20 states and 15 countries, but primarily students from the Midwest. We have extremely broad study abroad opportunities. So if you're looking of doing some traveling in college, we're on 6 continents. Australia is one of our #1 destinations. The European countries follow pretty quickly after that, but lots of different opportunities. In addition to study abroad, we hope our students are engaging in internships in the local community as part of a study abroad or closer to their hometown area over the summer. So ideally 2 to 3 professional experiences before you graduate. We hope that you're engaging in academic research with our professors and going to professional conferences, as well as engaging in leadership and service. So we think striving to accomplish at least 3 out of those 5 items will really help you get the most out of St. Norbert and put yourself in the best position possible for after college. We do have a rolling admissions process. So our application opens up every year, July 1st through our St. Norbert College application. We are also part of the Common App and Coalition App, which typically opens up August 1st each year. Like many of my other colleagues, we are test optional. We look most closely at your high school transcript, your trends and grades, as well as strongly encouraged a resume, essay, and or letters of recommendation. Once we have all of your information, it's a pretty quick turnaround, 2 to 4 weeks before you get an admissions decision. We have lots of wonderful academic scholarships based on your application materials, ranging from $17,000 up to $27,000 per year. We have a wide variety of special interest scholarships and some special scholarships specifically for Cristo Rey students. So definitely feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about that process. We would love to have you come to campus for a visit, do a Zoom, attend one of our campus events, but always feel free to contact myself or our general office number at any point to get you more specific information on the things you're looking for in your college process. You can also follow us on social media. Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to all of you.
Thank you. So that concludes the presentation portion of our college fair. We are now moving into the Q&A. I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn on your camera and I will pose a question to the group. Our presenters will respond to the question in the order in which they presented. The question is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? So we'll start with Oglethorpe.
Yeah, the thing that I think is the best to take from Oglethorpe is the opportunity that provides being in the large city of Atlanta while also having everything that a small campus provides of about 1,500. So just having the dichotomy of that, so everyone, you can get what you want and what you need out of the campus culture, but also the great booming city here in Atlanta.
I am next, is Barnard College. That's a great question. And I find that I think what I would like people to take out of Barnard College is that similarly, it's a very unique experience. There aren't that many colleges out there like that, where you can take advantage of all the resources at this Ivy League institution while still getting this curriculum, support services, and community that is centered around empowering women into spaces where they have often been underrepresented. So it is a very cool experience, and our students are all attracted to Barnard because they're excited about the idea of making a positive change within the world. So that would probably be the main feelings I would want people to get from it.
One thing that's very important about Georgetown is that we want spirituality to be available to you as a part of your education if you want it to be. You know, we have, of course, our Jesuit priests on staff, but we have an imam on staff. We have Buddhist monks on staff. We have our Protestant ministers and our Orthodox ministers. All of the major world religions are represented at Georgetown. And so maybe you want that to be a part of your experience, maybe you don't. And so that's an option too. 15% of students are non-religious, but that really is what sets us apart, I think.
Jonathan from Cornell. And again, the one thing I want you to take away today from Cornell is, again, one course at a time, 18-day block schedule. Very unique, very specific. So if that's something that you're looking for, you know, you got to get that personal experience, the very intentional kind of building rapport with your professor, along with your internships and your many other things. You know, 1,000 students, that block schedule, that's what we provide. But that's what we're all here to, right? Every college, university is different, and it's going to fit your learning style. So if the 18-day block is your learning style, you know, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you.
I would say one thing that I will stress is just the amazing study abroad opportunities. It's my biggest college regret, so I tell everyone to take advantage of it. So whether it's a full semester abroad, part of your student teaching can be abroad if you're an education major. We have service trips that you can take advantage of, study abroad scholarships, wonderful internships on places like Parliament, the London Stock Exchange. So definitely give a thought to a travel experience. We also have a Washington, D.C. semester. If you don't want to do an abroad opportunity, the Washington, D.C. program is pretty cool as well.
Nice, thank you all. Okay, final question here. And again, we'll start with Oglethorpe. What advice would you give someone going through the college admissions process?
Yeah, the biggest advice that I like to give is, because it's something that I didn't do, kind of like what St. Norbert was saying, is, you know, a regret is I actually didn't visit a single school before I made my decision of where I was going. And visiting is the best way to see if you can feel like you fit there. I know that you may not be able to go to Green Bay and to Atlanta and to New York City, and they're all in Washington, D.C. and Iowa. But, you know, there's different ways to get a feel of the campus by taking a virtual tour, as a lot of these places have that opportunity. You know, we have that opportunity to do that. But visiting the campus to see if you feel like you're a good fit there is going to be the best way to do that, because you're the one that has to go there for those 4 years. It's not your parents, and it's not, you know, that sort of thing. It's not us. You know, we want you to find the best fit for you too.
Right, that is great advice. I guess adding to that process, I think for your college list, it is about quality, not quantity. I think these days, a lot of people think you need to apply to, you know, it's better if you apply to like 20 schools or something like that, but actually creating a list that is intentional, where you would be really happy to go to any school on that list. You're finding things you're excited about. You're finding communities that you would feel passionate to be a part of. I think that is more important than sending out apps to way more schools than you would actually be able to handle applying to. And I think that we're seeing a lot of students, at least at Barnard, sometimes I read a supplement where students have to respond, why Barnard? Why do you want to come here? And it's so obvious to me that it could be they're talking about Georgetown. Actually, they say, I want to go to a city, liberal arts college, take advantage of the resources. It's really easy to figure that out. And I think that reflects when students haven't done a lot of that intentional research. So y'all are doing a great job by coming to this college fair. Just keep doing it and keep pushing yourself to think, why do I want to go to the school, and what communities will I be happy in there?
That's also really good advice. These are great. Another thing I would like to emphasize is that you are more unique than you might imagine. You know, the things that are mundane about you that, you know, maybe everyone at your high school plays hockey and that's a big thing, but, you know, that's unique to your high school and unique to your situation. So I would definitely, you know, make sure that your essays showcase that part of you that you might think is a little bit boring, but truly, like, we haven't heard that before necessarily. And so really bring out what makes you you. We can see the passion truly in your essays when you're writing about something that interests you, whereas unless you're writing about something, you know, that you think you have to be writing about, there is no recipe for success. Just, you know, show us yourself. That's good advice, I would say.
yeah, and just kind of echoing what everyone else is saying, whether it's visiting campus, whether it's quality over quantity, again, reach out to us. That's one thing. I don't think I even remember my admissions counselor from when I went to college, but I'm telling you, this is our job. This is what we do. We love what we do. Reach out to us. So that way you can find out, hey, this maybe isn't a good fit, or maybe it is worth visiting this campus, or maybe I need to understand this a little bit better. You know, that's what we're here for. So as you're going through your application process, take our information down, reach out to us, call us. I mean, again, we're here to help you, and we're here to facilitate this process that sometimes can be very stressful. So don't ever hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, just kind of reiterating some of the other things, don't be afraid of us. We're here to be an advocate for you, particularly when it comes to financial aid season. We know financial aid can be really stressful, and we want to try to take some of that stress and pressure off of you. So when we call or text or email, respond so that we can set up a time to really walk through that information with you and make sure you're understanding it, that you understand your commitment to, your financial responsibility and how it might look compared to other schools, because sometimes it's not always easy to compare schools because everyone provides that financial information in a little bit different manner. So just take advantage of the resources available to you, whether it's your school counselor, whether it's us, whether it's a financial aid night in your local community. There's so many people willing to help you through this college process. So don't be afraid to ask for help.
Great advice from the group. Thank you all for your responses. We are approaching the end of our virtual college fair, but I have a few closing announcements. As you exit this Zoom session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings in the future. I also want to remind you to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, you can access this recording by visiting the website on the screen, strivescan.com/CRISCO-REY. I want to thank all of our presenters for joining me, but also thank you to all of our attendees. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.